Norway last procured British-built warships in 1899. Assembled on the River Tyne in Newcastle, the two hulking Eidsvold-class battleships served as the flagships of the Norwegian fleet for nearly half a century. Now the country is again turning to British dockyards to replenish its navy. On August 31, the Norwegian government announced its biggest, single, defence investment to date, a £10 billion ($13.5 billion) contract for 5 Type 26 submarine-hunting frigates, to be built by BAE Systems at its facilities on the River Clyde in Glasgow. It marks Britain's highest-value warship export deal ever. The United Kingdom officially left the European Union, and on January 1, 2021, an agreement was launched establishing a new relationship between Albion and the continent. The dream of the sovereignty supporters has come true, and now the government is declaring its readiness to invest heavily into the military sphere, which is key for its status. London will have to compete with the European countries, demonstrating to everyone that Brexit made the country more significant, and not vice versa. It is noteworthy that much in the British plans demonstrate precisely the global status, in spite of the European Union, which is largely confined to the regional issues. The UK shipbuilding industry has been experiencing a resurgence lately. Nestled on the banks of the River Lagan in Belfast, Harland and Wolf, with a storied history dating back to 1861, is undergoing a remarkable renaissance. Once synonymous with the construction of the Titanic, the shipyard has faced challenges in recent years. However, a strategic acquisition in 2019 by Infrastrata breathed new life into the iconic facility. Under the new ownership, Harland and Wolf has diversified its portfolio, expanding beyond traditional shipbuilding to include renewable energy projects. The shipyard is now at the forefront of constructing wind farm components, such as wind turbine jackets and substations. This move aligns with the UK's commitment to sustainable energy and positions Harland and Wolf as a crucial player in the green transition. The transformation of Harland and Wolf symbolizes the adaptability and resilience of the UK maritime industry. Harland and Wolf reported a 65% rise in revenues for the first half of 2023, driven by a deal for the midlife upgrade and drydocking of a large floating production, storage, and offloading FPSO vessel, the Syros. A consortium including Harland and Wolf, along with BMT and Navantia UK, was also awarded the massive £1.6 billion contract for the Royal Navy's Fleet Solid Support FSS programme. The Syros will arrive at the Harland and Wolf Belfast dock in 2024, where it will remain for 3 months. The work will involve around 1,000 workers at its peak. The shipyard at Rosyth in Fife is expected to win a contract to build 4 frigates for the Danish Navy, worth more than £1 billion. The yard, run by British-based defence giant Babcock, is also one of the final 2 bidders for a Swedish Navy contract for up to 7 of the same Type 31 ships. Competition for the Swedish contract is with a French shipbuilding firm, which has the vigorous backing of the French government. The contracts have been in discussion for more than a year and decisions are expected within the next 6 months. The boom in exports, following a contract to build 5 Type 31 ships for Britain's Royal Navy, marks a rapid turnaround for Scottish shipbuilding. It comes after BAE Systems, which runs military shipyards on the Clyde at Scotstoun and Govan, last week secured a contract to build Type 26 frigates for the Royal Norwegian Navy. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer visited Glasgow on Thursday to mark that success. The smaller, less sophisticated and much less expensive Type 31 is a general-purpose fighting ship also known to the Babcock team, selling the design around the world as Arrowhead 140. Babcock is selling the Type 31 as a versatile ship to work across different fleets. It is designed to take different weapons systems of a Navy's choosing and to be built on a production line faster and more efficiently than past ships. At 455 feet 139 meters in length and at 5,700 tons, it is based on a design already in use with the Danish Navy. The first of the Royal Navy's Type 31 ships, to be named HMS Venturer, has already been floated in the Firth of Forth and is in dry dock being fitted out. 2 more are in construction, with all 5 due to be ready by 2030. Navies in the NATO alliance are preparing for more joint operations to counter Russian threats in the North Atlantic, North Sea, and the Baltic. Sir Nick has set his team the target of 31 Type 31 ships being built by 2031. That becomes possible by licensing the design to other shipyards. The Babcock design has been sold to the governments of Indonesia and Poland for construction in those countries' yards. A team from Rosyth is currently working in Poland, which is being seen as a valuable experience in seeing how another shipyard works. Babcock already has a vast covered hall at the Fife dockyard in which 2 frigates can be built side by side without interruptions due to weather. It has plans to build another hall of the same scale if additional orders are won. Babcock says that the current Rosyth workforce of 2,500 could rise to 4,000 if it is successful in winning the Danish and Swedish bids, along with its other work and maintenance of the Royal Navy's aircraft carriers. HMS Queen Elizabeth is spending 6 months at Rosyth, 6 years after entering service. The yard services the Royal Navy's research ships, British Antarctic survey vessel HMS Sir David Attenborough, and the ship Serco operates between Aberdeen and the Northern Isles. Babcock at Rosyth is also running a trial project, begun earlier this year, to dismantle 23 retired submarines which were powered by nuclear reactors. After more than 4 decades of delay, the first such submarine, Swiftsea, has had its reactor removed and is currently being taken apart in a dry dock. To meet the potential demand for workers, Babcock has been aligning with local colleges on training, as well as recruiting 350 workers aged above 50, often unemployed and in need of retraining with the title of production support operatives. A further expansion of the Rosyth Yard's work is to become a third base for the next generation of nuclear-armed submarines, the Dreadnought class. The Fife dockyard already has a dry dock big enough for those boats, and the Ministry of Defence has said it wants that to become a contingent base, in addition to their Foslane base on the Firth of Clyde.